Okay, another day in the books. A couple things I did today was I got the first intros scheduled. So that was the intro of the actual podcast itself. That was the intro of the social medias. And I also have an intro of the Spotify or Apple Podcast link that will be later, but I have to actually publish a podcast before I can kind of get those links. So I think that one's going to be a conjunction. I'll probably do a teaser early, because I'm trying to go live June 1st. So thinking through the process, I won't be able to share the link ahead of time, but I want people to find it. So I'm going to have to work through those details. I'm thinking I just might throw out there, hey, June 1st, this is what it's going to be about, so that way everybody can do it. But I need them to get the Soundtrap, or, it's not Soundtrap, it's probably going to be Spotify. But I know what I'll do. I just came across that right now. I will post the audio trailer for the podcast up first, because that will get it live and then people can find it ahead of time, save it, and then be able to see it. I just now realized that. Hold on. I'll write that down on my list for tomorrow. Push audio trailer star tomorrow. Sweet, because that will open things up, so that way people will be able to see that I actually have a podcast, and that way you can find it. And then when I put the promo out for when I put the promo out for the actual first podcast, there'll be something there for them to be able to find and see. Yes, good, I like that very much. So I scheduled the social ones to go out, so that's going to start at 9:45. 9:30 will be the initial introduction. And then, so I'm going to push those to my 4 major platforms, which is my personal LinkedIn page, the Ideaprov page, the Facebook Ideaprov page, and Twitter. And then the other ones will be the more video-centric, which will probably go out at probably 10. And that one will be Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, maybe LinkedIn again? It depends. Because if it goes out here and the link works and automatically populates, then great. But I'm probably going to still push the link again. The more content, the better. People can read it and they can do whatever they want with it. Sweet. But in doing so, I really noticed, because I did a little bit of research on best times to post for social media, and it seems like during the day between 8 and 4, for the most part, Monday through Friday is, of course, the times in which you would think is the most active. But apparently, between 9 and 3, on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, it's kind of somewhere in those windows. They're prime time for most social media accounts. So I'm gonna have to play around with the strategy to see if I want to capitalize on those markets, because of course those are going to be the most congested times, or to try and post a little bit heavier on off times, so that way I can kind of dominate I don't want to say dominate, but probably get more visibility in the feed. Of course, the weekends are extremely slow, so I'm gonna have to calculate how I want to content those. Might be just heavily article or improvised content on the fly. And definitely in doing this and setting up the calendar, definitely a new appreciation for social media managers for sure, because it is a lot more intense. I got all the links for the social platforms, so that way I can be able to share those readily and quickly. So set that up so that way I can push those to anybody via email or whatever the case may be if they want to find one of those. So that was super helpful. And then I reorganized my board a little bit, so I added all the things on the side. Let's see. So I added the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday there. And then these are my posts on Tuesday, which will go out on Tuesday. These will be my other ones for Tuesday for the videos on the video platforms. So I think those will be really helpful to be able to find, to kind of scout that out. Of course, there's plenty of apps for that, right? But I don't know how I'm going to, I want to make sure that what I'm doing is working from a logistical standpoint. There's an upgrade for Crowdfire that I'm using, but it'll go up like some 400%. Paying like $7.50 now. Now I'm breaking the bank. Going up into $37 or $40 a month. Well, also probably might not still breaking the bank. It's just something that I want to look at to make sure I'm getting the value out of it. So got to keep on pace with that. I think one of the things that I'm also going to do is, rather than just kind of rambling video journal, I'm going to see if I can provide a little extra value to myself and to listeners or anybody that's following along with this journey and process by kind of looking at it through your lens and seeing how I can bring you value during all of this rather than just me rambling. And so I thought about it. I said, well, if somebody's watching this, either they're probably watching from an aspect of they're going to plan to do something like this themselves, or they want to follow along on the journey just for sheer curiosity and joy. So both of those came down to one thing, and it's in these I'm going to try and project and illustrate the things that I've learned, because I feel like those can help shape the thoughts and then also shape and just bring the value to you guys as far as listeners and watchers are concerned. Like, what are you getting out of this? And these are the things that I've kind of learned over time that you might be able to learn, skip a step, get some value from in your life or your path or whatever the case is. And so the ones that I have for today from value note is one, appreciation for the social media managers and stuff like that. While a lot of people might not give it its credit because it's so new and kind of young in its infancy, I really see a big, what's the word? This is going to be the future. If you're not on it, you will probably be left behind. Unless you're doing some type of social detoxing, something or other. But in order for people to still find you, that's probably going to have to be on there some way, shape, or form, or a website. Speaking of website, a lady actually built me a website, which is nice. So I have to thank her for that. And so I'm going to be tweaking that a little bit, and that will also be pushed out. So that way you can see some of the blog posts, some of the select posts from social media, as well as some of the videos, and kind of the one-stop shop for everything in one, rather than trying to piece through all the social medias and the podcast. So you can find the links, you can find everything there here shortly, and that's going to be on my to-do list for tomorrow. So one is that appreciation for those folks that do that. Two, learning when to find the times. There's a lot of different ones out there, and I think the important thing is to look at who your demographic is, who you're trying to cater to, and don't be tied to a specific plan or strategy. So that's one thing that I'm going to have to work through and learn kind of on the fly. And I don't know how I'm exactly going to do that yet. I don't know whether I'm going to go with like a week strategy, a month strategy, whatever the case may be. I'm just going to try and put out ideally 2 pieces of content a day for a month, and to see if I can get that. If I can get that, I'll work on 2 months, and then 3 months, and then at 1 month and change, I'll kind of evaluate what's working on what platforms and how. How I'm going to look at those analytics is going to be a little bit challenging. Probably through the Crowdfire, I can do that, and then also look at what posts got the most engagement. I'm assuming videos and stuff, but I'm going to see about that on the fly. So definitely the knowledge there, the appreciation for the managers, and then also just a little introspective searching today. I had to have a little bit of a heart-to-heart with myself because of the fact that because everything didn't go perfectly, I still didn't want to schedule the post to kind of open up Ideaprov, and I have this tendency to work in silence, work in secrecy, trying to make everything perfect and then deploy it, because internally it kind of makes me feel like I have everything together, like I've done all the research and it's foolproof, and it's not. And I seem to have to learn that lesson a lot, but at least my time in learning that lesson is a lot shorter. I did it with a previous project and it took me far too long to launch. And not to say anything was bad, because I don't think it would have turned out any differently. But I think it's important that I keep my goals flexible for this, and to stay positive and agile and not let myself get in my own way. So that's going to be my 3 value takeaways for today: the appreciation for social media folks and kind of organizing all that data, the knowledge of when to post and how to post and how to go about that scheduling process, I think is interesting. And then also my self-appreciation. So, if you ever have to do any of that, think about it and kind of dive deep on yourself and challenge your own way of thinking, and I think it'll be helpful. So do another one tomorrow. So I'll definitely have see what it looks like out there once I push it out. We'll have some fun with it.